Hello everyone. My name is Sushma. I am pursuing my MCA in Manasa Gangotri, University of Mysore. Today I am here to give some information regarding a blue brain. These all are the contents today I am going to explain in this video. That is introduction, what is blue brain, what is virtual brain, function of the natural brain simulation, uploading a human brain, motivation behind the blue brain project objectives, hardware and software requirements, and the conclusions. Now we'll see the introduction about a blue brain. Blue brain is the most valuable creation of a god. The man is intelligent because of the brain. Blue brain is the name of the world's first virtual brain. That means a machine can function as a human brain. Today, scientists are in a research to create an artificial brain that can think, respond, take a decision, and keep anything in a memory. The main aim is to upload a human brain into a machine so that the man can think, take a decision without any effort. After the death of a body, the virtual brain will act as the man. So, even after the death of a person, we will not lose the knowledge, intelligence, personalities, feelings, and memories of the man that can be used for the development of the human society. Is it really possible to create a human brain? Yes, it is possible, but the research is under a progress. Hopefully, maybe after 30 years, we will be able to create a blue brain. Now, we'll see what is blue brain. This product was founded in May 2005 by Henry Marken at EPFL in Switzerland. The goal of the project are to gain a complete understanding of a brain and to enable a better and faster development of a brain disease treatment. The IBM is now developing a virtual brain known as Blue Brain. It would be world's first virtual brain. Within 30 years, we will be able to scan ourselves into the computer. We can say it is as a virtual brain, that is artificial brain, which is not actually a natural brain but can act as a brain. It can think like a brain, take decisions based on the past experience, and respond as a natural brain. It is possible by using a supercomputer with a huge amount of storage capacity, processing power, and an interface between a human brain and artificial one. A virtual brain, a machine function as a brain. It can take a decision, it can think, it can respond, it can keep things in memory. To keep the intelligence, knowledge, and skill of any person forever, it will be very helpful. Now we'll see the function of a natural brain. The human ability to feel, interpret, and even see is controlled in computers like calculations by the magical nervous system. Yes, the nervous system is quite like a magic because we can see it, but it working through electric impulse through our body. One of the world's most intricately organized electron mechanism is the nervous system. Not even engineers have come close for making a circuit boards and computers as delicate and precise as the nervous system. To understand this system, one has to know the three simple functions that it puts into action: sensory input, integration, and motor output. What is sensory input? When our eye sees something or our hand touches a warm surface, the sensory cells, also known as neurons, send a message straight to our brain. This action of getting information from our surrounding environment is called sensory input because we are putting things in our brain by way of our senses. Then what is integration? Integration is the best known as the interpretation of the things we have felt, tasted, and touched with our sensory cells, also known as neurons, into responses the body recognizes. This process is all accomplished in a brain where many neurons work together to understand the environment. And then motor output. Once our brain has interpreted that all we have learned either by touching, tasting, or using any other sense, then our brain sends a message through neurons to effector cells, muscles, or gland cells which actually work to perform our request and act upon the environment, how we see, hear, feel, smell, and take decisions, etc. Now we'll see brain simulation, that is comparison between a natural and simulated brain. Input for a natural brain is through the natural neurons. That means in the nervous system in our body, the neurons are responsible for the message passing. The body receives the input by sensory cells. The sensory cell produces electric impulses which are received by the neurons. The neurons transfer these electric impulses to the brain. In simulated brain, in a similar way, the artificial nervous system can be created. The scientist has created artificial neurons by replacing them with the silicon chips. It has also been tested that these neurons can receive the input from the sensory cells, so the electric impulses from the sensory cells can be received through these artificial neurons. Interpretation in a natural brain. The electric impulses received by the brain from neurons are interpreted in the brain. The interpretation in the brain is accomplished by means of certain state of many neurons. As in simulated brain, the interpretation of the electric impulses received by the artificial neurons can be done by means of registers. The different values in these registers will represent a different state of brain. In natural brain, we will get the output through the natural neurons, whereas in a simulated brain, we will get the output through silicon chips. And the processing is done through arithmetic and logical calculations are done in a neural circuitry. In simulated brain, it will use artificial intelligence through arithmetic and logical calculations. Processing is done. The memory in the natural brain. There are certain neurons in our brain which represent certain state permanently. When required, this state is represented by our brain and we can remember the past things. Whereas in simulated brain, it is not possible to store the data permanently by using a secondary memory. In a similar way, the required state of the registers can be stored permanently, and when required, this information can be received and used further. Now we'll learn how to upload a human brain. The uploading is possible by the use of a small robots known as nanobots. These robots are small enough to travel throughout our circulatory system. Traveling into the spine and the brain, they will be able to monitor the activity and provide an interface with the computers so that it as close as our mind can be while we still reside in our biological form. Nanobots could also carefully scan the structure of our brain, providing a complete readout of the connections. This information, when entered into a computer, could then continue to function as us. Thus, the data stored in the entire brain will be uploaded into the computer. In the diagram, you can see the nanobots. Main motivation behind the blue brain. The scientist is very curious about the consciousness and the human brain. Treatments of a brain dysfunctioning, the bottom-up approach towards building a thinking machine to create a database of all neurostatification research results and related past stories. We'll see examples of a blue brain. A very good example of utilization of a blue brain is the case of short-term memory. In some movies, we might have noticed that a person might be having a short-term memories. The best example is a Ghajini movie. Another situation is that when a person gets older, then he starts forgetting or take a bit more time to recognize a person. For the above reasons, we need a blue brain. It is a simple chip that can be installed into a human brain for which the short-term memory and volatile memory at the old age can be avoided. What all are the objectives of a blue brain project? The project will search for insights into how human beings think and remember. The scientists think that blue brain could also help to cure the Parkinson's disease. The brain circuitry is a complex state of a flux. The brain rewiring itself every moment of its existence. If the scientists can crack open the secret of how and why the brain does it, the knowledge could lead to a new breed of supercomputer. The IBM, in partnership with the scientists at Switzerland's École Polytechnique Fédérale de Lausanne Brain and Mind Institute, will begin simulating the brain's biological system. Blue Gene, the primary machine used by the Blue Brain project, is a Blue Gene supercomputer built by IBM. This is where the name Blue Brain originates from. IBM agreed in 2005 to supply EPFL with a Blue Gene as a technology demonstrator. The IBM press release did not disclose the terms of deal. In 2010, this machine was upgraded to a Blue Gene. The machine is installed on EPFL campus in Lausanne and is managed by Center for Advanced Modeling Science. What are all the hardware and software requirements? A supercomputer, a memory with a large storing capacity, processor with a very high processing power, a very wide area network, a program to convert the electric impulse from the brain to input a signal which is to be received by the computer and vice versa. Very powerful nanobots to act as the interface between the natural brain and the computer. The advantages of a blue brain. It acts as a supercomputer. Things could be remembered without any effort. Use the intelligence of a person even after the death. It can make a decision entirely of its own. Allowing a deaf to hear via direct nerves stimulation. We can use the information of the brain that was uploaded into a computer and also provide a solution to the mental disorders. Improvements in processing speed and memory could make entire human brain simulated. For every technology, there could be definitely a few demerits. Now we'll look into demerits of a blue brain. We became dependent upon the computers. Others may use a technical knowledge against us. Another fear is found with respect to human cloning, a very costly procedure of regaining a memory back. These all are the demerits of a blue brain. And finally, the conclusion. The Blue Brain project, if implemented successfully, would indeed change many things around us, and it will boost the area of research and technology. Certain research and development take decades or even centuries to complete. So, the knowledge and efforts of the scientist can be preserved and used further in his absence. We will be able to transfer ourselves into a computer at some point. It will bring both benefits and harm to human society. Eventually, aim of applying a terrific computer power to the simulation of an entire brain. Very soon, this technology will be highly accepted all over the world. Thank you. I hope you like this video.